We're not traveling today, but we thought we'd bring you a short little story. Hello, my YouTube friends. Thank you for visiting today. What we're going to do today, we're going to have a little discussion about Lucy. Previous videos, you've heard of Lucy. You saw we were planning to adopt her. We really loved her. And then things weren't working out. We had to return her. And eventually she got adopted on her own. Okay, to bring you up to date, Lucy, turns out, because I had a DNA test done, she was a schnoodle. And the first 3 days we had her home, she was just perfect. And got along with Maggie, respected Maggie being the dominant dog and proper princess of the house. She respected her space. And gradually, though, that started to turn. And we were, it was indicated to us later that she was developing a trait called resource guarding, where she would, and she was from the streets, if you remember correctly. She was found roaming the streets. And she would guard her resources. Resources could be treats, food, possessions, toys, and people. And the real problem came because she became guarding of Ginny. So she was not respecting Maggie's space. Anytime Maggie was around, she would be aggressive towards her. Of course, Maggie would not have any of that, so we always had an incident. And even going outside for a walk, somebody down the street, she would be aggressive barking at. And she was protecting Ginny, is what it was, and preventing them from acquiring her resource. So we talked to the rescue, we talked to a behaviorist. The problem was this can be treated with behavior adjustments, but it takes some time. We didn't have time. At that point, we only had about 6 weeks until we were heading off for our summer travels in the van. And according to the behaviorist, if this was not adjusted properly, it would be bad for both dogs being in a confined space, such as the van. So we were unable to get any assistance in a timely fashion. So we, despite the fact that we really love the dog and think she was a great fit for us, would have been anyway, we had to regretfully return her to the rescue. And so we did that, and officially, but we retained her as a foster until they found somebody. So we did get a hold of somebody who was interested, put in an application, took her to a meet and greet, and they decided they wanted to do a sleepover for about a week to see how she adapted to them and them to her. And that happened to occur during our most recent travels down to Florida to see Fred and Marie. While we were there, the young lady who had her on a sleepover confirmed and committed to adopting her. So when we got back from Fred and Marie's in Florida, we proceeded to meet up with the One Love Animal Rescue and Jen, the girl that was going to adopt her, and process that paperwork and all that good stuff. We had her bring Lucy with her to the formalized adoption so that we could kind of see her say goodbye. And she recognized Ginny right away and was all over her. So we did get to say goodbye. Sad that we were not able to keep her, but it just wasn't going to work out, especially with van life. If it wasn't for the van, we could have kept them separated and worked on the behavior issues. Over time, we could have solved it, but being that we only had 6 weeks till we were leaving, it just wasn't going to work out. So anyway, the whole purpose of this video is to let you know what really happened. There was bits and pieces in previous videos about Lucy, and then us adopting Lucy, and then having some issues, and having to give her back, and I think I even mentioned she was on a sleepover in the video at Fred's. So to put it to rest, Lucy is no longer with us. She is formally adopted, has her own home. We've got some pictures that we've put in here to show what she was like. We just love those ears, I'll tell you. And actually, there's a couple here of the actual formal adoption at Carrie's house with Jen and Ginny and everything else. So that turned out well, though we will miss that poor little dog. We loved her to death, but she's in a better place now than what she would have been with us. And so being this is not a travel video, we do have a travel coming up. We recently got back from Fred and Marie's in Florida, and we're now heading up to our first boondocking, I shouldn't say boondocking, Boondockers Welcome stay up in North Carolina. We're actually staying with my friend Mark, Columbus Mark, but he is officially a Boondockers Welcome site, and this is our first formal as a member of Boondockers Welcome, where we signed up and actually registered to stay at his place under that banner. So while it's a social visit, it's also our first Boondockers Welcome stay somewhere. So looking forward to that. And shortly after that, we'll be going on our big excursion. So anyway, that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed the little update. Know that Lucy is well and has a family and loves her family, and the family loves her, and it's going to work out great for her. We're sad we couldn't keep her, but it just wasn't the right fit with our lifestyle and Maggie. So regretfully, we had to make a change, and we glad we did it when we did rather than struggle with it. So that's about it for now. I want to thank you for watching the video, being a part of the channel. If you enjoy what you've seen today or previous ones, please consider subscribing. If you like this video, click the like button. That helps the channel. And whatever you do, if you're here watching this, we appreciate you very, very much. Thanks for traveling with us, and we'll catch you down the road a piece. Bye-bye.